Welcome to this week's episode of Texas Slang for Crazy. This week we're discussing the Wilde Collection, previously in the Heights of Houston. Yes, I said previously. You should know that, unfortunately, on Friday, November 1st, 2019, a man set fire to the building. I may get a little emotional during this podcast, as other than the National Museum of Funeral History, the Wilde Collection is my favorite part of Houston, Texas. The Wilde Collection was an eclectic blend of store and museum. It boasted a huge room of taxidermy, African art, a giant statue of Santa Muerte, a shrine to Jesus, haunted objects, an Oddfellow skeleton, and live peacocks, plus a heck of a lot more. The building was painted black with a large white eerie tree painted on the front. Owners Wilde Douglas and Tyler Zotterell took great care in their curation of the store, and it was definitely a sight to behold. A hearse-style PT Cruiser sat parked out in front of the store. Whatever area of weird and wonderful you could think of, the Wilde Collection had it. Douglas and Zotterell created a bizarre paradise that defied easy description. However, the Wilde Collection wasn't just a store. Douglas and his partner lived in a 3-room area in the back with their 19-year-old son. They also had a 3-legged cat named Nevermore, a hog-nosed snake named Nidog, and a rare quail named Button. All 3 of these animals died in the fire. Thankfully, the peacocks at the store survived. Wilde Douglas is an incredible artist, known for his rogue taxidermy and his dandy-style wardrobe. Before the fire, Douglas posted new looks daily, including a set of Disney-inspired looks for a planned vacation. Zotterell is an amazing taxidermy curator and created one room that was so jaw-dropping that if you knew your taxidermy well, you would be very impressed. On the day of the fire, Wilde Douglas was taking a well-deserved vacation in Salem, Massachusetts. Unfortunately, his reaction videos on Instagram are heartbreaking because he's lost not only his pets, but his life's work. Jonathan Gindra, 34, was arrested for the fire. In videos released by Wilde Douglas on social media, you can see the leftover bits of the fire. Gindra is accused of doing over $120,000 worth of damage. Almost everything destroyed in the fire was one of a kind or very rare. I promise you, Oddfellow skeletons are not a dime a dozen, and taxidermy created by Zotterell were often rare animals, like the special black wolf that I was drooling over back of it in July. So far, nothing has been found to be salvageable, and the building will likely have to be demolished and rebuilt. Self-confessed arsonist Jonathan Gindra told authorities that on Halloween night, God spoke to him and told him to destroy the store. He said it was nothing personal, but he had to help bring about the completion of the Book of Revelations. Gindra previously had dated a woman who worked at the store. Thankfully, she was not there at the time. Gindra purchased 2 gas cans at a local Walmart, filled them with gas, and entered the store on November 1st. He even, quote, drank a couple beers, end quote, before going into the store, pouring the gas and dropping his lighter. A store employee was able to stop him and hold him until authorities arrived and got the shoppers out. There were people in the store at the time. I need to emphasize that. Gindra told the judge at his preliminary hearing that he will be representing himself rather than taking the state-sponsored attorney. He said that he, quote, has proven to hundreds of people that, quote, I am a prophet, end quote. Gindra's now suspended Twitter account stated, "The Wilde Collection is dead by my own hand and wrath I say this," a little more than 12 hours before the fire occurred. But here's the thing. I don't want Gindra to be the main point here. The owners of the Wilde Collection have lost everything and they need our help. They have vowed to bring the collection back to the Heights, and I personally think it can be even more incredible than it was before. So what can you do to help? The Wilde Collection's owners have set up a GoFundMe page. It doesn't seem like a lot, but at this time of recording, we're a little over $50,000. We're going to link this from our website, txslangforcrazy.com, if you want to donate. Wilde Douglas and Zotterell are wonderful, kind, and gracious people, and were wonderful when I met them. Douglas was quoted as saying in the Leader News, quote, "We will rise from this. We have to," end quote. And guys, I know you will, and we're here to help. Thank you for listening to this week's episode. Don't forget to rate and subscribe. Please share this message and help us get the Wilde Collection back on track.
Howdy, folks. I'm fixing to tell y'all about Texas, nicknamed the Lone Star State. I'm particularly fond of these. I pulled them out of a place on Midgard called Texas.
Don't mess with Texas?
That's the message.
I'm Walker.
And I'm Texas Ranger.
I mean, anything for Salinas.